Hi Taurus, this is Lynn from DevineCentral. I am here with your December 2021 Tarotscope. Now it is my intention to pull one card in several areas of your life today, and let's see where December might take us. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras now, and then I've already shuffled these cards a million times. We're going to be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. It's an interesting deck. It's a 65 card deck, and it's got some really interesting messages. It's a little heavy, but I don't know. It called my name today, so I guess that's why I'm reading with it. So let's get started. We're going to start with work and finance, love and relationships, friends, family, social, and your health and well-being, and spiritual well-being as well. We're going to save the last card, whatever it is, for the bottom of the deck as our last word from Spirit. I kind of like to use it as that. Let's get started. Oh, let me get these things straightened up for you a little bit. I guess I kind of bumped my camera. So, there. Let's start with work. First place, this deck has, it's a little different than a Rider-Waite, so I'll explain the cards. But we have a lot right here of energy. We have a lot of energy flowing. And the first one is the Three of Wands, basically. This is about partnerships and alliances. And what it tells us is that in a work situation is that, you know, we're constantly networking, we're constantly meeting people, and we're talking to, whether we're a salesperson out in corporate America or whether we are, you know, running a lathe in a manufacturing plant. Whatever we're doing, we're constantly dealing with other people and trying to see what we can learn that will benefit us on our jobs. It will and help us, and you know, we can acquire or accumulate, I should say, a lot of business cards and a lot of people that have really good ideas, and you know, we just don't have enough hours in the day to, you know, listen to everybody's spiel. Whether it's the guy, you know, in the workplace right next to us, or you know, whether it's a salesman from another company. But what this card says is, at some point, our best talents combined with somebody else's best talents creates a teamwork and a synergy that can help propel us to the next level together. And sometimes, you know, we just sit too long and we talk about it, you know, we network, we just don't put any of that into action. This is a 3, and 3s are all about expansion and expanding our universe, expanding our knowledge, expanding beyond our comfort zone to throw something out there and see what comes back to us. And so this is the month and time for you to sit down and go through all those little business cards you've gathered, and it's time to start networking, or not just networking, but meeting with these people you've networked with, and seeing if you can't carry it to the next level. If you do not currently have a job, then it's the same message. It's getting out there, get out of your comfort zone, call these people up and say, hey, you know, I haven't heard back from you and I'm really interested. Fight for that job, fight for that opportunity, throw yourself out there. You never know what's going to come back. So for our finances, we have what is akin to the 7 of Swords. And you know, what it tells us is there's going to be something coming down the pike and you're not going to be expecting it. This is a finance card, and money, so it's probably going to have to do with your finances. It could be just some really annoying you know, maybe a home repair issue right at the holidays, right after you get all of the Christmas, you know, gift bills. And it's like, oy vey, I got to do all this stuff together. So you need to be prepared this month for maybe a little extra expense, a little bit of setback that might come your way. Something's going to change. Something's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be major, but I also don't think there's going to be anybody around to help you with it. I think that it's going to be an expense you're going to incur, and you're just going to have to live with it. And like I said, you're probably going to end up having to do it alone. So that's going to be that card. Then we have love and relationships. So we have a card that's akin to the Two of Wands. And what it's telling us is we're kind of at a crossroads here. This is about balance. It's about saying, which direction, do we take? I have a feeling that if you are currently in a relationship, that any imbalances are going to kind of be weighed out this month. In fact, I think you're going to be surprised that your partner is going to be way more willing to help you out, or to provide more balance, or to do more of their part this month. I think it's just going to be the jovial seasonal spirit. And that's going to be a good thing for you. And if you can just keep that going after January 1st, you're going to be doing well. If you are not in a relationship yet, I see somebody that you already know being the best person for you. So if somebody invites you out for drinks or out for lunch, or just spends more time around you, be aware of that if it's somebody that you already know. Because I think that there's an opportunity there that you have been missing because you're not looking for it. So for the family and friends and family, obstacles and challenges around the holidays. Who knew? Oh gosh, I think that we are overcharged this time of year emotionally. I think that there's a lot of pressure and a lot of stresses, and I think most of them are just really a whole slew of small annoyances that just plague us this time of year. There's just so much more that we have to do and put out there, and I think we take it out the hardest on the people we care about the most. So that would be our friends and our family. And so I think that when this card shows up, I think what it's telling us, fives are about conflicts, but I think any obstacles that and challenges that we meet, oftentimes we tend to create them, or we agitate them in somebody else. So when you start feeling a little tense under the collar, I think the best thing you can do, and the advice from Spirit, is to disengage. Okay, do whatever you have to do to keep from putting, getting into the fray, right? Put a rubber band on your wrist and snap it every time you think about something, or you feel like you're ready to tell somebody how you really feel. And do whatever you have to, but step back, take a pause, don't engage. If people around you are arguing or fighting or carrying on, especially if it's family members, leave the room. Don't engage. They will survive without you and without your input. And I think you will be a happier person for it. And it's temporary. It's only for December. So the last card would be our health and wellness, and our psyche. And you know what a great card. This is akin to the Nine of Pentacles, and it talks about how comfortable we are in our own skin, and how this is about gratitude. It's about being so grateful for all of the wonderful things that, by the way, we earned. Okay, so we had a work ethic, we put in the effort, but look at the spoils that you received from it. It's a great time to give back. It's a great time of year to give back. And honestly, once you have everything, and once you feel like you've really made it in whatever you're doing, and whatever station in life you're in, it doesn't matter if you're very wealthy or just getting by. There are people who are really, really happy to be where they are. And the only way that you can go from that to better is to start giving back. So I think this time of year is so commercial. We just get inundated with all of the kettlebells and all of the, the people on the corners, and everybody wants something from us. And sometimes we just feel like we have to pull in and just not give anything. But do something special this year. Give of your time if you don't have money. If you could spare $50, go to the bank, get it all in once, put it in your purse or your wallet, and see if you can put one in every Salvation Army kettlebell that you run into this year. Can you do it without missing one of them? Because by the end of the month, it's a really good feeling that you've done that you've accomplished that. But in that accomplishment, you've given back to somebody who so needs it. So this is a time to be grateful that you have health and wellness and good spiritual juju. And so appreciate that and give it back. Give it back to the universe, because it always comes back to you again, right? Okay. What is the last thing we have to look at? Okay, bottom of the deck. All right, we got transformation. You know what that means, right? 13. This is the death card in tarot. And I like, the only thing actually that I like about this card is I like the name, because death typically doesn't mean death, although I'm going to bring that up a little later. It means having a natural end to one thing so that you can make space for something else to come into your life. And, you know, I think I think that the message from Spirit this year is make space. Make space in your head for good thoughts instead of bad. Make space in your closet or your garage or your heart. But you can't have something new come in until you make space for it. And so that, you know, icky time between Christmas and New Year's where, you know, we're kind of bored silly and we don't have a lot to do except sit around and you know, eat sweets and watch, you know, ball games. Try to put some time in to make some space in your life, somewhere in your life, so that starting January 1st, you have space to put something else in it. And I think that's kind of the message. So that's what I have for you today. I would like to say that I am in the process of starting to schedule all of the year-end annual readings. And if you have not seen the video, the very first video I put up on this channel, it's called When the Death Card Really Means Death. It's a real live reading that I did, and it's quite interesting. But I want you to look at the layout. And if you like that layout, I tried to do a very short order video, but if we do that, you know, in a Zoom meeting, in depth, it's really a terrific reading. And I always make copies of the audios and the videos for you, so those are included with it. So if you're interested in something like that, please get a hold of me below and we can schedule something like that. I do Wednesday tarot mailbag readings. If you have questions, throw them at me. And if not, otherwise, I will see you next month. Bye-bye.